lane, control runes, make sure that you exploit the advantage you have on Shaker versus Puck matchup. And all of a sudden, Puck is not anywhere as good as Storm when it comes to recovering, because Puck doesn't really hit creeps so well. Neutral creeps, I mean, compared to the Storm. So there's a lot of weight here.
You can't improve until
Both
you make
mid lane and
mistakes.
shoulder.
You can't improve until you make mistakes.
I haven't been asking a lot of predictions from you, Arthur, but we know how the mid matchup should be going on paper. But how many lanes will either team win?
Let's see. That's a very specific question. I feel like first of all, Kukuys, they have mid lane. In terms of Clockwork Dawn, I feel like that's gonna be a pretty free farm lane for the side of Lifestealer. Don't see them having any openings on Lifestealer unless he makes a major mistake. So that should be a draw. And then top lane, Dusa probably should be enjoying her time as well. So it seems like a drawing side lanes and one mid lane that is heavily favored of Shaker. That's my take.
So we might be looking at a pretty easy laning stage for the Kukuys boys, but it's all down to Team Essence. Last time they started with this Lifestealer, he got 2 early kills. He got, I think, I'm not sure, was it the first blood? Or at least a kill to start his lane, and then he got another kill in the lane. But that Lifestealer was, I think it was 14-2 at the end of the game.
Yeah.
So truly bringing in the big guns for a game 3 where it all matters the most. The matchup is slightly harder this time around. But AMQ has the possibility of being the big difference maker.
Also, we talk about how Team Essence, they're playing with a time limit kinda, right? Because they are also in another tournament and they have scheduled games later on. And this is about to become like one of the slower games. You have Lifestealer versus Medusa. So
yeah.
Neither side of the team really wants to push tempo. They want to wait for their own timing to be up. So we might be looking at like at least 45 minutes game here. I'm not
really,
sure how
they really want to play this tournament.
Yeah, I can only say that.
Guys are playing another LAN, and will be a bit of a pain if because they only have what, 2 best of 1s in the other tournament that they're going to be playing. So
yeah,
it's kind of a do or die, and it's the same situation here as well. You got to win or you're out.
Exactly. So they are in a tough situation. Not sure what is going on with the decision making now. Probably gonna be a pretty struggling one. Yeah. Let's focus on this game first. We see that like Masaros is already queuing up the Midas, so he's trying to replicate what Jewel did last game. Just doesn't matter the lane. Let's just get my Midas on, farm, and then be a threat to the supports.
And that is first blood. It is Jewel who takes it off of the Lifestealer, finding the first kill. Just shows the power of that Dawnbreaker early on. That level 2 is deadly.
Yeah, and also Lifestealer is not really the best hero when it comes to the first 3 levels. Normally he just wants to hit creep and get some levels in.
Spoonpoo is able to put some pressure in, trying to interrupt this pull from Jewel and Jing. That's 1 courier kill off of RML for Fearless. That's another one off of Jewel's courier. Worth less money, though. Why? That was killed after. Is it level-based? I think it's level-based.
Yeah. Yes, it must be, right? Probably the only reason for it.
For some weird reason, I felt like their money, their worth increases just like wards. The longer the game goes, the more they're worth. But I think it's level-dependent, so I should know this. But it just feels really weird. It's like, wait a minute. There's something that's killed after worth less. Yoei could potentially die here, but there's a quick mango. Hawk there has another one, and the Null Talisman, so Medusa's mana regen is secured.
Lotus is coming up as well. It seems like Dark Widow is gonna have a control of it.
TNT and the bat. They both got both Lotuses for Essence.
Oh, that's huge. I think Medusa is one of the best hero in Dota to really make use of the Lotus. And to be able to take it away from her is a big deal. So now all of a sudden they have the they have more incentives to make a move on the Medusa.
Do you know what's scary in this game? If you go Midas on this Lycan and you build an Ags, and you have a perfect Lifestealer to use it on. So you have this maximum movement speed, debuff immune, percentage base damage doing hero with a crit.
That sounds pretty scary.
It's the dream.
Yeah.
It's
especially when most of the teams, the way to approach Medusa is to kill everyone else. And then you go to the Medusa next, right? And I feel like that approach is going to help Lifestealer do that very easily.
It's like one of my favorite combos with the Lycan Wolf fight was Tiny Carry.
AU.
Woo. The Wolves! His PTSD is still out there.
Run!
Run! Oh no! Oh, the supports are in pain. And Jing, I hope that's not a BM pause. Okay, thank you. that would have been something else. But
that is to take a moment of silence for AU. That is very sad.
He's dropping a quick pause because his support player just smashed his keyboard on the table.
Alright, with this pause time, it is enough time for me to go to my hero list and add Lycan into the ban list right now. I'm doing that.
Do it.
I'm doing that right now. Removing Pudge, adding Lycan. That is disgusting, man. Especially if you are main support, right? Oh my god. I can feel his pain. I can feel it.
Excel sheet filled with heroes to pay attention to. But I do think we are seeing a bit of an uprising of this Lycan. I do have to also say that I am happy that Lifestealer is back on the menu. People were picking it when he was getting 2 HP per killed mob. Now it's only 1 HP, and then people just ignored the Lifestealer. And now they're figuring, hey, Rage is actually pretty good.
Unfettered is also pretty underrated facet, I want to say that. Especially if you find yourself in situations where you're playing against Magnus, Bat Rider, you know, you can that's a very good way to just instantly get out of those BKB stuns with Unfettered. So I think more teams are gonna start to discover that as well as they play more and more Lifestealer. Leash is making a move. I think they want to kind of put some
Portaling
pressure.
bottom. Yeah, it looks like bottom's going to be the place of action. As they're coming straight to MQ. Jing leading the charge, but MQ is going to be at a safe distance. Even popping the open wounds onto Jing, seeing the creep wave dying. And the first rune is spawning, but there's only a Shaker and a Willow. Now Willow's just going to have his fingers crossed that he finds the rune. Looks like he does, so the regen will be secured, taken away from the Shaker. Jewel snaps a courier down from MQ. That's his face boots gone. And those face boots could have been actually pretty useful to run away from Jing. And now he turns around in the other direction. Here comes TNT. And Boom Boom also spots AU. Gets caught by the Sinister Gaze. Jewel, Starbreaker. And that should be the kill. There we go. AU's the one to secure it. AMQ also dropped down to half HP. Has Rage. Both mids are not interested in participating yet, but AU is cleaning people up, and now AMQ is like, guys, got Puck. That's too late of a rotation. Fearless, you missed the whole fight already. It's over. Now he's also in a pretty awkward position because Jewel starts to... Well, I don't say he does a lot of damage to the Puck there, but I'm not sure if they were on the same page about what was happening, because first it was 3 versus 1 of the Lifestealer, then the support slowly arrived. You got the Willow showing up, then Boombill shows up as well, and they start to lose the fight with every passing second, and when they die one after the other, then the Puck rotates in. That I'm not sure what was going on or what was the call. A lot of indecisiveness.
Yeah, I would say that too.
Shapeshift and Coil used for the Medusa.
It's only level 4.
Drops the Korgan's grasp right on top of him, but this is going to get protected by Armel rotating in. So this is where Armel wants to play rather defensive. Instead of charging in, AU. It's a big chunk of HP from that illusory orb, but it's going to be fine as well behind the tower. TNT, though, not feeling too good. Yahweh shouting in your face. And Armel secures the kill.
To the wolf again.
Oh no, not again. Okay, this time he lives.
Thankfully.
Dire's courier has been
Wait, Lifestyle's career is dead again.
Oh no.
So he's not getting a Facebook again for 4 minutes already. Oh man, come on. Career management, guys.
That's not good.
Yeah, what happened bottom there, the sequence was just very unnecessary, I feel like. Because I feel like at any point of the time, they could have just said, let's just ignore this bullshit, let's get back. But they kept going. And it was so unnecessary because the Lifestealer, he's only level 5. You don't want him to be involved in this kind of scrimmages at all. You want him to be hitting creeps. So,
he also swapped his armlet to a Radiance now in his quick buy.
yeah, I think when your early game is not going as well as you would have thought, then you'd be like, okay, going for armlet is just gonna slow down my Radiance timing, and I don't want that, so I just rush for a Radiance instead. I think it's reasonable. Yeah,
And they're going kind of all in as well for the late game, right? Because we talked about the Midas, we talked about you brought it up. This is going to be a plus 40 minutes game.
Yeah, I think going for what do you call it, armlet would be really good if you're playing in the way that you want to zone out the enemy off lane and then eventually threaten the tower. I feel like that's where you want to get the armlet. But first of all, you have to have the face boot first. But if you're not getting a face boot for 4 minutes, then let's forget about the armlet at all, I guess.
Fearless is trying to go for a bit of a mid-tower push here without the catapult wave up yet. Softening it up for a potential push. Armel, AU setting themselves up to defend. While TNT and Boombui getting in position to help the puck out. Positive side for the Shaker is he can just delete these creep waves, and he finds an AD rune. Break of Dawn. And AU is going to get, I would say, surprised a little bit as well, but they do have the reactionary time seeing these moves coming towards them. Woof. And AU will go down to Fearless. TNT's dropping Jewel really low on HP, and Armel coming in from the other direction, hoping to find and cut the exit off of TNT. There's also Jing around.
That must be one of the most satisfying kills in Dota 2, yeah. And
It is.
gonna go down the boat.
Echo Slam is going to be coming off cooldown in 40 seconds, but the Blink is flying to the Shaker right now. The Catapult Wave is doing some damage to the tower already. Armel is going to get to clean it up, has that 80 rune popped.
I really like that Lycan is always using his wolf to give some reinforcement to the team, because they have been making multiple moves just by Lycan having the wolves around. And you can see that Masaros, he is top on the network right now, even though he has just been staying on this lane farming, but you can be sure that his presence was felt.
This is going to be the Blink reveal. What can they do with it? Already finding TNT in the trees is Jing. Walking straight into the roots. Masaros dropping the Howl. Very short duration. I think it's only level 1. You gotta put most of your points into the wolves anyway. Feels weird when you're playing a Lycan. You have 2 abilities that go to level 3 and 1 that goes to level 6. It's like putting +2 all stats.
Yeah, I feel like if you haven't touched Dota in a while and then you are only rewatching Dota recently, you'll be so confused by this. Like since when we have more points than 4.
Is this the new Invoker? Some kind of Invoker persona?
So you are summoning wolves right now instead of for spirits.
Yeah, wolves that they bite, they don't spit fire.
Kind of a slow game so far. Like this is probably the pace that we expected, right? When you're
Yeah,
running
the
with
game
Lifester
3 trend.
and Yusa, exactly. And people want to play safe, don't really want to take too much risk.
It
seems
has really been like this. Like all the game 3s we've been covering, this is probably the 3rd already.
yes.
All of these game
Radiant's
3s have been
middle
very
tower is
slow
under
paced.
attack.
Very defensive, very cautious. Not willing to make any aggressive plays that is kind of like high risk, high reward. I think they played overly safe, where I think heroes like Medusa are just very happy with what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel like this is a game Medusa will be able to do a lot of damage. Where's the draft off Radiant side?
Starting to get the vibe.
Okay,
Well, they're jumping Armel down in the mid lane. They got the coil and the fear, but Jewel protecting him with a Solar Guardian. We're just trading ults. But I do get the vibe that some of these carry players must be enjoying game 3s because they have no worry in the world.
Yeah, let's just heat creep. Nobody is gonna yell in my ears that, yo, can you do something?
Yeah. It's like everyone else is stressing their hearts out, and the pause ones are just like, it's fine, I'm farming.
Yeah, they're pinging. I need how many go to Amulet, I need how many go to Radiance, and right after Radiance, I need how many go to S and Y. That's just the pings that are coming from your characters.
It's under attack.
Armel's
Got that.
found himself
TNT.
TNT. Drops the illusion rune, so the Bedlam is not really a very effective spell anymore. Of course, the limits of his HP pool. Armel does have that Echo Slam. He's going to drop it right on top as he sees an opening on Boombell right in the middle of the creep wave. Also seeing the puck was slightly out of position. It was an easy jump for Armel to take him. Now, hoping to get this mid T1 out of the way. Almost got the glyph timed correctly there, but Armel was able to sneak in that Enchant Totem strike just in time. Now they don't have a glyph to protect it, so this tower should fall. Fearless, does he get the deny first, though? Armel backs away. Get the clockwork.
Jing is going in.
Jing just charges in from the side. Now we've got a whole lot of traffic coming in. Coil used, clockwork is fine. Frost shield protected. Boombell looking for a lasso. Does get hit by the Lich ulti, but the Wolves will take it away. And the Wolves will actually tank the full duration of that Lich ult. Jing dead,
Always
tower
there.
down. And I think that's the engagement. I think that's it.
Are scared.
Okay, I mean, they got the job done, right? They wanted this mid-tier 1 tower, so that it opens up their map, and they were successfully doing so without dropping too much more than just the clockwork. I think that's a okay results for them to accept, and this is where I feel like Team Essence, they might want to just speed it up a little bit. As you can see, the Wolf is already destroying Lich.
Yeah, and Fearless with his last bits of mana, he feels confident enough with the Wolves to just finish off the Lich. And now they can trade this tower. So they lost their mid T1, they'll take one in return.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Jewel being chased by MQ, has the Radiance. That is also a very tanky target. The hammer is thrown in, and it's just taking you from one route to another route.
Oh, that's clutch.
And that is big from Armel. Both supports out of the way. I think he's trying to bait MQ to jump him with the Medusa around, but Lifestealer's not falling for this one.
That was a timely help coming out from Amel. Lifestealer, does he still want to stay around here? Because I think this is where he would like to start flash farming and showing a little bit lesser on lane, just so that he won't be exposed to the threat of being ganked. So, just gonna quickly, sneakily push out the lane and then go back to jungle. They see Amel.
Oil. Yeah, they might be able to kill this Earthshaker here. He does have Echo Slam. So they have to watch out for Jewel using his ult. AMQ raged up already. He'll trade a kill, but AMQ will get the kill on Armel and that big streak. The Lich ulti flies in. It slows down both Boom Buoy and Fearless. Have to back away from now. Jewel will get denied. So his jump into the neutral camp is timely. Masaros, however, will finish off AU. That looked like a solo kill without Shapeshift being used.
This is so silly, man. Like, Masaros, how many times have you just sit on the top lane and then killing someone across the map? And unfortunately, Lich has always been the one
There's one thing that I was
victim.
actually taught about this Lycan, which is an interaction
Dire's top tower
that
is
probably
under
shouldn't
attack.
work the way that it does, but I was told about this. So a lot of people, at least in matchmaking, they abuse the fact that Howl works during the nighttime, while get the jump onto this Life Stealer, finding himself quite alone. Can he infest himself out of this this pickle? I don't think he's going to be able to run away from the hook shot, so he will drop. Very big kill, just overextending his stay here a little bit. But back to the Lycan interaction. So when you're using Howl during nighttime, and somebody finds a kill with Howl on him, you get assist gold.
Oh,
Kukuy?
wait, what are they doing? They have no knights.
This is a very awkward fight that they're taking here. Maybe
Like
they
they
can
said.
find an isolated support. I mean, the Clockwork and the Lich are both pretty low. That Orb misses, but Masaros with his Wolf, he's the one doing the true damage here. AU being
for
chased
another
by
one.
another, keeping tabs. Here comes the Shapeshift for the first time. He'll charge straight to AU. He'll take him down. Armel finishes off TNT. Fearless is still in the fight. They get the stun to connect onto the Shaker. Jewel, stick around. Another Howl being
back.
used, and here comes AMQ, and they isolate Armel. Okay, so the end result is better than how this whole how this whole fight started. It was very scrappy.
Yeah, I feel like both sides are not too sure if they want to keep going or they want to take a step back. Because Essence, they went in without Life Stealer, and the whole fight lasted long enough for Life Stealer to come back to the fight. So
Dire's bottom tower
communication
has
here
fallen.
feels like not the clearest coming out from Kukuys. Not really sure if they want to extend the fight or do they want to back off.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are really starting to see the power of Masaros here. He's already completed the AC, so he's much more willing to join fights right now to provide his teams the AC or the AC buff.
Hook shot. And the Orchid. Good night, Fearless. Was that a Clockwork
Bounce.
Orchid that I saw?
Yeah, seems like it.
Because that is really scary for the Pluck to play against. The Boom Boy goes down to Jewel. MQ will find a kill of his own. TNT running away. It's the stun to connect on Jing. But Jing is under the safety of his tower. The Lifestealer is just happy to find one kill for himself and move away. But as I was saying, like with that Howl working in the nighttime, giving you assist gold, that is also a big reason why this Midas and the free farm Lycan is this high in net worth. Because every kill that has been taking place, he gets a piece of that gold. Oh, Echo Slam!
Life Stealer.
And the burst! Oh, Armel finds an opening, and they wanted to double down on that as well with the Stone Gaze. Just to make sure that AMQ isn't walking away out of this one.
Amel is
TNT.
on the pursuit. He has something ruined, so should be able to get this one
Smack.
easily. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. I was very worried when I see Lifestealer showing himself on lane, because I think that's probably what you don't want to do when you have Radiant. Because that's just gonna keep opening for enemy to do these kind of plays with you, right? Especially you already know that Clover has the ulti. He showed that earlier in the fight, earlier in the top scrimmage where he killed the part with it. So I think this is where you really want the Lifestealer to be just flash farming double camps at once, all the time, and leave this lane showing job to Bat Rider. You much rather the Bat Rider die shopping waves than you.
Radiant's
That is
middle
something that
tower is
Pumpkin
under attack.
probably want to be mindful about.
Yeah. And now we're going to get to use our Infest Bomb here as well with the Bat Rider. Fearless
Radiant
also
are
charging
scanning.
right in front, and they're going straight towards the Medusa. No Stone Gaze, no Echo. This should be their fight to win. Yahweh, warning signs are ticking, but it might be a bit too late. Solar Guardian is dropped on top as well, healing him for a moment, but this Medusa's not getting to deal any damage. Stunned again, and finally taken down. AMQ making his work, making his way through Jewel. Fearless finishes him off. Armel was trying to kill the puck.
Under attack.
The Wolf are here.
And the Wolves are here. They chew through Jing, and they spot AU, and AU is down as well with his TP going almost through. There's the Echo coming back off cooldown, and Armel takes down Fearless, so he gets something in return. But Team Essence finding 4 kills, and Masaros is 9-0-6 on this Lycan. AC, Echo Saber, Shard. It's all working. It's all working for Team Essence.
Dire's
Yeah, this
bottom
Lycan performance is even stronger than the one that we witnessed last game from Jura. I feel like they really understood how to play around the Wolves, because they are always making plays with the Wolves scouting heroes first and always starting on the Lich as well. So yeah, just making this entire team fight very chaotic for the side of Team Kukuys to play it out. And I feel like if you're always the one poking enemy first, it's gonna give you a lot of openings. Your puck is gonna read the situation well, and Lifestealer is gonna have a lot more distractions in the team fight for himself to really be the beast that you want Lifestealer to be in front of the, in the middle of the team fight. Because it's not easy to go through Lifestealer or to focus fire him down when your supports are all getting beaten by these wolves. So really good job on how to combining their heroes together so far. And yet again, from Kukuys, we don't really see them putting heroes together so far. Like Medusa is just only farming. Haven't really seen them getting Medusa involved in the plays yet in an effective way.
Right. Let's see what this one's gonna do. Blink 4 Staff Batrider with an Infest Bomb again. There's a Lich nearby, but they would like to get the Medusa. He's on the right side, and there we go. They get the jump on the Medusa. Yahweh down to half mana. Pops the Stone Gaze. Batrider in a bit of trouble here. With that Aegis on the Lifestealer, AMQ can just charge onward. Fearless takes down one. Where's Armel? I don't think we have an Echo Slam just quite yet ready. Masaros in a bit of trouble here. And here comes Armel. Tries to finish on Masaros with the Echo Slam. He's got him down, and that's a huge streak to take. Yahweh, though, does not stand a chance against this Lifestealer. There's the Yules to cancel the teleport off the Clockwork. And AMQ will take another life. Jing seems to be having some issues with his connection, because this is the second pause as he disconnects from the server. But, yeah, Masaros' streak for Armel, but this Lifestealer still has that Aegis. Turning into a real issue.
We're starting to see like the power of Lifestealer right now. And when the enemy team has not enough damage to bring you down quickly, like if you're running yourself into a long fight, Lifestealer is always the one that is like enjoying all these long fights. And we start to feel like Medusa, she has not gotten to the point where she has enough damage output to clean up so far. Because no one on Radiant side is literally taking damage and dying. And this is where Medusa will not be able to outlast Lifestealer in the long team fights. Also, you are playing to Radiance, right? So a lot of those hits are probably gonna be misses. And you don't really want to buy such an early MKB as well, or BKB. So I feel like Lifestealer is gonna have an upper hand over the Medusa for quite a long while right now, until Medusa has a full set of items.
Well, let's see what they can do now. They have a 7,000 gold lead here, 25 minutes in, and everything is working according to plan for now. At least on the side of Team Essence, but you still have to take into account that the Kukuys team is not going to back down easily from this one. Still want to play this Medusa lineup, even if the Medusa is not at the top of the net worth. And also Armel. Like, what does he have in mind? What is he building next on this Shaker?
Seems like he's going for Octary. He understands that he needs to be creating a lot more chaos for his team for the Medusa to eventually pop in enough damage. But that's not gonna be easy. The Lifestealer, you mentioned about this, right? The Agony against Medusa is coming out very, very soon. So Lifestealer is only going to be a stronger and stronger problem for Team Kukuy to fix. Medusa is going for the Daedalus next, so no BKB.
They spot the Lycan, by the way.
No MKB.
They're trying to go for a wraparound here. 80 rune as well, waiting in the top half of the rip, but they don't see it because they're charging into the fight. Masaros does get the shapeshift off. There's a coil in the back as well, hitting the Clockwork and keeping the Shaker at bay. And he's trying to get this goal. Oh, he stunned himself, so he can't actually follow up onto Masaros instantly, but they still have the damage to clean him up. But Fearless was the one who found the 80 rune, and that puck is going to show up momentarily.
They still want to fight.
Lifestealer wants to charge straight in. Big jump there. Got the fear onto the Medusa. Medusa down to half mana. Armel finishes off TNT. It's a 3 versus 5 fight, but they're low on resources here on the Dire side. And that Aegis, they want to use it here, which they will. A lasso is pulled out from the Solar Guardian, but it is ending. So they get Armel back to safety and in range of Jewel's heal. And Fearless with that 80 rune. He will be able to dodge the first stun from Armel, but can he remove himself to safety? No, he cannot. Jewel takes him down. And AMQ will find one, but he's got no Aegis, and he might be running out of steam. The Echo Slam misses, but there's a stun onto AMQ with the Clockwork running in. And AMQ's desperately trying to get out of this one. He's really in a pickle. Jewel and Armel, they're going to find him. Armel takes him down, and he's now on a wicked 6 streak. 15 and 2.
It was so close for him to get to the second infest of the team fight, and it was just 2 seconds away from investing to the creep. So really good job there coming out from Kukuys. They first isolated the Lycan, right? And then everyone from Team SSH was just beelining to the Lycan, but they were a little bit too late. And they still chose to fight after Lycan dead. So that was a hard decision. I think they feel strong because they got the 80 rune on Fearless, but they didn't understand how tanky Team Kukuys were. Without the Howl coming out from Lycan, they were not doing enough damage as 4 versus 5. So overextended their stay. A bit of miscalculation there coming out from Team Essence. So this game is looking a lot more 50-50 than 3 minutes ago. Also start to think that Lycan might want to grab a BKB for himself, because the Kong is proven to be quite annoying for Lycan as long as Clockwork is able to get on top of him.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a must-have BKB game, and he does have it lined up. Just 1,000 gold short until he's finished it. If he has all these damage items, but you don't get to use them, that always really feels bad as a damage-dealing core. Lycan still on top, but Armel's net worth has been skyrocketing. With every fight, he finds impact. He's such a valuable player in this team. And we talk about him. He gets pulled back in. The lasso cancels it for a moment, but he got the Solar Guardian and the BKB off. AU dies to Fearless. The first casualty. Jewel gets stunned as well. Coil hits the backline. They're trying to keep that Earthshaker as busy as possible. And he's low, 1,000 HP, another jump on the spot, and Lifestealer trying to finish him off. AMQ so close to getting him. The Echo, they turn it around. They got themselves the Lifestealer, and Yoe with the boys. They force out the buyback, and AMQ down. Armel lives through the flame break. Somehow it's just not enough damage. Fearless on the side of the fight, Jing's on the chase. Yoe is coming here as well. They get the break of dawn for a moment. They see that they're in full retreat.
Wow, that was really timely. Glimmer Cape and Solar Crest coming out from Lich. And also Clockwork perhaps. I think they, like Radiant said, they did the best they could to interrupt Shaker for so many times. I think they interrupted Shaker's enchant totem 3 times in a row. First it was Koi and then Silence, and then another time he got Flame Break out of the Koi. And he got stunned for like extra 2 seconds there, but the help was there. The Frost Shoot, the Solar Crest was there. They were not able to bring down Shaker. And they were just being so distracted by trying to kill Shaker, and Medusa, other heroes were just left unchecked in the entire team fight. And you start to think, right, it's not easy for Radiant side to initiate on Dire side anymore because of these agonies coming out from Dawnbreaker. It's always been there to hinder their initiation. It's not easy for you to burst anyone that is being lassoed or coiled simply because of Dawnbreaker out. So it makes me think that, do you want to switch your target to finding the Dawnbreaker first instead of going to whoever that's presented it to you? Because those heroes will always be safe by the Dawnbreaker out.
Truly turning into a bit of a thriller here. The Team Kukuys fighting spirit is showing. The Medusa also surviving these last couple engagements. She's gone from 5th place to now 3rd place in net worth. And Medusa late game. We're getting to that point. We're 9 minutes away, or 8 minutes away from your time prediction minimum. And it certainly looks like that's the pace we're looking at. Masaros Good night, Lycan.
Not having the BKB is really hurting like it right here. I'm not sure if the SNY is necessary. Kind of feel like not really, because you want both BKB and Nullifier in this game eventually. So the SNY feels like an item that kind of delays his BKB timing a lot. And you start to see, right, he died 3 times in a row just because he had no BKB. But imagine if he had those, I feel like he might be able to even avoid the first death. But yeah, we are in these scenarios where it feels like Kukuys, they have the control. But Dusa is finally coming online with the butterfly.
And they're going straight to Roshan. This is what I was wondering here. It is actually Team Essence starting it off first, but the Rocket Flare flies in, and they have spoiled their plans. They're low on HP. Clockwork's coming through the portal. He could just cancel somebody's teleport. AMQ, you don't want to stick around. Another flare. They see exactly where they are. Now the portal activates again.
Medusa is coming through.
Medusa is the one to come through first. Are under vision. Jing is then the one to come after as well. And now they can secure the Roshan, but they find Fearless. And I think this was a little bit unnecessary from the Radiant side to stick around for this long with not everybody alive, without the Lycan. But that was also a perfect jump, thinking that if they can get the Lycan up in 10 seconds, they can bring him in and join the fight. And they find a kill before he's up there. We'll wait with this Roshan. Focus the Wolves down first. This is the attempt. 4 versus 5. It feels like a Hail Mary already at this point, but let's see what they can do with it. Puck buys back. TP's to the outpost. The Fear is on to 3. It got Jing low, but they need to focus on the cores. They need to get Armel, who's been waiting, hiding in the trees. The coil is onto Yoe. At the same time, the puck's thrown into the air with the Yules, and Armel's right on top of him. And the stun lock. That's a dieback. Fearless is out. And there's the lasso. Masaros and MQ will find the supports. Now they need to clean up the cores. That's a lot of damage that still needs to be dealt. Yuel is down to half HP, and same as Armel. But they BKB themselves up. TNT trying to harass them from the side. Another stun to connect onto the Dawnbreaker. EMQ trying to get to Yoe. Open wounds and to dispel. Masaros waiting at the back. No shapeshift at the moment. Steeler looking for another round to go in, hoping that that would be enough with the Willow stun, but it's so hard to get in there, and there's Armel trying to hunt down TNT. Even with the supports just rapidly dying in that fight, these 3 cores are so hard to deal with.
I feel like we are starting to see a lack of damage here coming out from Team Essence. Especially without the BKB from Masaros. A lot of time he phases in, but he was not able to do damage because everyone is zoning him out. He spent a lot of time just phase shifting and then just running away from everybody. Also Puck, we don't see a lot of damage coming out from Puck. He's 6 on the net worth, so...
And late game Puck should be scary.
Yes.
But this is probably a void the hero falls into, where the Puck just doesn't do enough. Will be stronger later on. They're still deciding to smoke into this, hoping for an isolation. They see Yoe, they see Jing. There's the instant shapeshift. Charging to the back line, hoping to find somebody there. They got the lasso on Armel, but there's no damage follow-up on it. As MQ is focusing on AU, he needs to get the supports out of the way first. They're going to be losing 1 each side for now. 4 versus 4 fight. Jewel going to be focusing onto the Lifestealer with the Sinister Gaze coming out from AU. Armel gets the Echo Slam, and again the lockdown is going to be enough. They're going to be able to take down AMQ. Masaro shapeshifts away from the fight, and another lost battle for Team Essence. Might even be even more heroes falling. They do get AU with TNT, but I think Armel knows exactly where he is.
Don't run to Masaro cities. Masaro is hiding.
Stay in the trees. Stay in the trees.
Not scouted. Yes. Okay. Should be able to get the TP out. He retrieved the gem as well, so that's okay. But yeah, I feel like Team SS, they have just been running into war all the time. Like the way they start their initiation, the target selection has always been not the Dawnbreaker. And whoever get lasso was never dead during the lasso. Because of the Dawnbreaker heal from Solar Guardian. So I do feel like they want to reconsider their choice of initiation right now. Because it has been the same story for the past 3
Radiant's
times
top
of the
tower
initiation.
has fallen.
Also, you
Dire's
kind of
middle
don't really
tower
want to
is
fight
under
into
attack.
Team Kukuys when they are 5 together. You want to split them up. You want your Lycan to be able to flank the enemy, and your Puck to be able to do the same thing. But so far, they have been taking mostly 5 on 5 straight up. And when it's that obvious, you know, it's very easy for them to find the answers on Puck when it is that obvious.
I don't even know how they can kill this Medusa anymore.
Are scanning.
The Butterfly, with the Scotty, and then the MKB.
Radiant
Like, just
are
getting
scanning.
close to this Medusa is going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, I think you really want to find some way to isolate the heroes on their side.
Fearless, well on 2, and there's Armel with the instant response. Doesn't get the Enchant Totem to connect. The Ghouls up in the air. Is it enough? Fearless, they tried to read where he goes. The hook shot misses as well.
Tabulazo.
Oh, that was so close. Masaros and AMQ are going to be charging onto Jing. And Jing's just going to force that himself to the other side of the cliff. Jewel going to be focused on this time around. Yoei also unleashing hell with Amadusa. They're all stacked up right now, but the Echo Stem's going to be used on the backline as well onto the Bat Rider, and they're both dropping pretty low, but it's not looking good for Essence. They need a little bit more to kill these heroes, but it's not working, is it?
Bash.
They get Armel! So that's something, but AMQ, he gets the infest in the last moment. Yoei, however, takes down Boombui, and Masaros is dying to AU. AU will die, and that's down to 2. And now they've got just the Medusa and the Clockwork to worry about. Hook shot in, and there's the Lifestealer down as well. Jing! Yoei's able to stand his ground with the help of his Clockwork. And in the nick of time, before it all goes to hell, they win another very crucial moment. And do they win the entire fight with Fearless? And TNT has just disconnected. They have to call. It looks like they're calling GG.
Okay, they have to go.
They're done. They have another game starting in a moment, so I guess they wanted to take one more battle and hope it's going to be enough. But it looks like the time is up. We do not get to 40 minutes.